help it. I saw you here with Max, and you guys were cuddled up, and you had your hand on his head like it was a perfect.
So you decided to jump in my bed?
Mateo, it's what I've wanted since the day Max was born. To be in bed with you, with our son cuddled up.
Listen. You and I are bound together because we have a child together, okay? But that gives you no right to use him to get close to me.
That's not what I was doing. Mateo, I never meant to upset you. Can you forgive me?
Morning, Daddy.
Hey, big guy. Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Great. I woke up for you and Mommy.
Big surprise, huh? Listen, why don't you go downstairs and get some breakfast, okay? All right. I gotta go down to the police station. Hayley's being arraigned today.
Can we make with the keys here? I got 2 minutes before my client's arraignment. Fix your hair.
Actually, no, you don't. I've got good news. My office has granted you immunity from all charges in exchange for information leading to Ryan Lavery's arrest.
Look, I told Jackson already, and now I'll tell you, I'm not talking about Ryan, period.
If you don't give us the information that we need, then we'll have to charge you with contempt of court.
Maybe you missed it in mail order law school, but there's something that protects me against self-incrimination. It's called the Fifth Amendment. You've heard of this?
Wrong, Tink. If the DA grants you immunity from prosecution, the Fifth Amendment doesn't apply. You gotta talk, you spend your time in jail.
So, we can do this the hard way and convene a grand jury for you to talk to, or you can make it easy on yourself and fill me in on Mr. and Mrs. Lavery's escape plans right now.
On paragraph 2, you're going to have to check with legal on the statistics of how many lives were saved using child safety.
Did you take a break?
Hi.
Hi. I brought you bagel with cream cheese, fruit salad, and herbal tea.
Oh, well, that's very thoughtful of you, but I already ate bagel, fruit, and herbal tea.
Oh, well, great minds work alike. Do you mind if I join you?
No. Be my guest.
Sure you don't want just a little bite for the baby? For little Colby?
No, little Colby is stuffed to the gills.
Oh.
Although, maybe I'll have a piece of fruit.
There you go.
Thanks.
Marian.
Mother. What's wrong?
A gun. Somebody just get me a gun.
Opal, have you seen Adrian this morning? Oh, I was hoping that he was here. He came back to my apartment last night after he saw you.
So you heard what happened?
Yeah. I don't have to tell you, but he's pretty upset about it. I mean, all he could talk about was how he felt like you'd abandoned him. And how his parents had lied to him all his life, and that he didn't even know who he was anymore.
A poor baby.
I tried to talk to him, get him to calm down, get him to try and understand why you had to make that decision, and why you couldn't tell him the truth. That's when he realized that I already knew that he was your son.
Oh,
and then
no.
he was furious with me because I had held that out.
Oh, no.
So he stormed out of the house.
You know where he went?
No, that's why I came here. I was hoping he'd come back.
Oh, no, he hasn't been here. I've been awake all night long. I'd have heard if he'd come in. Oh, Dad, listen, you gotta help me. Adrian is missing, and you gotta go and find him.
No, I don't. The man's an adult.
He's more than an adult. He's my son, and he's your brother, and we gotta bring him back before we lose him for good.
Come in. Hey, you got a minute?
Maybe two. What can I do for you?
Well, I understand that Dixie's blood work is due back from the lab today.
You've got a good memory.
And Dr. Martin Sr. and Jr. are still in the dark about all this, I assume. I mean, we both know that Dixie wants her condition kept from them. I assume that's why you sent the test out to an outside lab.
And the reason for your interest in Dixie is?
I care about her. I'd like to know how she is.
I'm not at liberty to discuss Dixie's health with you.
Come on, Doc. I scraped her off the floor of my apartment. I have a right to know I saved her life.
If Dixie chooses to reward your good deed by sharing her test results with you, then so be it. That's as far as I can go.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, by the way, I understand you left Stanford because they weren't able to afford the equipment you needed to open your own cardiac wing.
Cardiac wings are expensive.
So are the best doctors. Which is why my boss, Mr. Cortland, is so intent on you staying in Pine Valley. He'd like you to have an entirely new cardiac wing, complete with a state-of-the-art transplant center.
Does he really? And what exactly does your boss, Mr. Cortland, want in exchange?
I'm real sorry. I'd love to help you out with Ryan's locale, but I haven't a clue.
Well, maybe you better get a clue.
How? Where? Oh, I know. I'll use my extraterrestrial perception.
Tank, they're not playing games here. This is serious. Jack is ticked. Lavery is on the lam. He will poke and prosecute until he puts his can in here with you.
Trevor's right. I've been in constant contact with Jack since last night. Now, if you want to get out of here, you better start talking.
Sorry, fellas, no can do. Ryan didn't give me his itinerary before he blew town. Maybe you should talk to his travel agent. Maybe he'll squeal.
Guys, I'd like to speak to my wife. Alone.
Bagel?
Hush. What's wrong, Mother? What happened?
What's wrong? Everything is wrong, Liza. Excuse me. Hello? Yes, this is she. It's all booked, huh? Oh, no. Of course there's no problem. I was expecting as much. Bye. No!
Hurt yourself, Mother. You're gonna hurt the phone. It's a nice phone. Would you please do something and stop eating?
Marian, not
Stay away from me, Adam! Oh, please. Somebody. Help me, please. Somebody help me.
Maybe you can talk some sense into her.
You want to get out of here, don't you? Listen, Hayley. If you don't tell them where Lavery is, they're gonna hold you in contempt of court.
So what? So bloody what?
I talked to Raquel. She's gonna use it against me in the custody hearing. I could lose my son.
Well, isn't your wife, who you're supporting, just such a sweetheart?
I don't want to lose my son because you won't cooperate with the cops.
Not to worry. I only figure into this custody suit. If you intend to marry me after your divorce from Mommy Dearest is final, we can fix this easy. Don't marry me.
Mama, Adrian's a big boy. I'm sure he's gonna be just fine.
Fine? I wounded him something fierce last night. Now, please, I don't care how you do it. Call the cops if you have to, but
Call
we
the
got
cops. The man is a spy. How do we know he hasn't gone back to work? He could be off on his next mission.
Well, if he has, he's probably going to get himself killed. He'd be so distracted from that bombshell I dropped on him last night. Please, Tad, I am begging you.
No.
Please.
He's a professional. He can take care of himself.
I, for one, cannot stand around here doing nothing. I've got friends on the police force. I'll see what they can do.
Oh, good. Call me as soon as you
Right,
hear anything.
you hang in.
I will. Honey, would you mind if I talk to Ted alone for a minute?
Of course not. There's things I have to do anyway. Listen, I know that you did what you did out of love, okay? I hope it all works out for everybody. I do. I love you so.
Thank you. All right, Tad. It's time to talk turkey. I want you to say what you have to say, whatever it is, no matter how much you think it might hurt me. Just be honest. Is the reason you won't go look for Adrian because you're angry with me? Because if you are, I understand. You got every right to be angry, but please don't take it out on Adrian. He was just an innocent baby. He doesn't deserve to be blamed for my mistakes.
I don't blame Adrian. I don't blame Adrian for anything. He was just as stunned as I was last night, Mama. It wasn't a golden moment for either of us. As far as I'm concerned, it rates right up there with being dumped on a curbside. This is the third time this has happened. Just when I think I know who I am, that I have my bearings, you come along and you turn me around.
I know you must feel confused.
That's a hell of an understatement. Last night, Dixie tried to get me to understand, to see the big picture. You thought you were doing the right thing.
Thank God for Dixie. I knew she could help you.
No. She didn't get me there yet. You're gonna have to take me the rest of the way.
For the sake of argument, let's assume that Dixie's heart is on the mend, as you promised it would be. Now, if she were getting better, she wouldn't necessarily have to know about it, would she? I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to tell her.
I won't jeopardize my patient's health, not even for a cardiac wing, and I am insulted that you would suggest otherwise. My patients get nothing but the best care possible.
But doctor, that's exactly it. Palmer Cortland, well, he only wants the best possible medical care for his niece. And, he just doesn't necessarily want her to know that it's working. Do we understand each other?
I understand. Most definitely.
Good. Then we can depend on you.
I can't keep Dixie in the dark forever.
We're not talking about forever here. Just long enough for her to get over Tad. With a little help along the way.
And I can just imagine from whom.
Listen, I gotta get going because Dixie's gonna be here any minute. But doctor, remember what you could have here, okay?
Come in.
Hey.
Dixie, please, have a seat.
Let's just do this and get this over with. Am I getting better? Or not?
How many times are you gonna do this to me?
It's hard to explain, Tad.
Try.
I told you. It nearly killed me to leave that baby in that cradle that day. I can still see his sweet face looking up at me. It's branded in my memory. I'll never forget it. And if it hadn't been for you, I don't think I could have kept going.
But you did it. You walked away from Adrian. You left him in that cradle the same way you let Ray leave me in that park.
Yeah, and I did both things for the same reason, Tad. I was trying to keep Ray Gardner from hurting my sons.
All right. Okay, fine. Fine. Why didn't I deserve the truth?
Well, maybe you did.
Maybe?
All right.
Maybe.
All right. I was wrong, okay? I admitted I was wrong. I made my choices in life, and I am responsible for my decisions. I know that. Everybody knows I never should have looked twice at Ray Gardner, right? But you know something? If I hadn't, I never would have had you or Jenny. And you are two of the best things that ever happened to me.
Oh, that's an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
It is a fact. It's a cold, hard, wonderful fact that got me through more terrifying nights than you will know in 10,000 lifetimes. You don't have to tell me who I am, Tad. I know already. I know that I'm a screw-up and a failure. I have messed up my entire life. I know that. I was weak. I was a terrible mother. I left Adrian without a mama. I left you without any parents at all. You know something? At the time I made my choices, I did what I thought was right. Not for me, God knows, but for my kids. And now I'd see you and Adrian here, squabbling like a couple of roosters in a cockfight. You hated each other's
Oh, that's
guts.
not fair. I didn't know the man was my brother.
Well, you still couldn't stand him, Ted. Why was I gonna upset you any more than you already were, huh? I was trying to protect you, Ted. Can't you see that? I was trying to protect both of you. I knew Adrian was going to be leaving town. Kept my secret so long already, I figured it would just fly out of my life the same way it had flown in, and nobody would have to get hurt, that's all. Life has so many twists and turns, Ted. Most of them are the awful kind. I just couldn't see any reason why would I want to hurt people I love one more time. I mean, who was that going to help?
No one.
Dixie's right. You gotta protect the people you love any way you can. Mama. I know you did the best you could. I know you love me.
I do, Dad.
I love you too.
Then you gotta go find Adrian. Try to make him understand, please.
Okay, now just relax and, take a deep breath and tell me what's wrong.
It's my wedding, Liza. It's ruined.
Ruined? How?
Elaine, will I give you the list? The dress shop I bought my gown from, burned to the ground with my dress in it. The restaurant I booked for the reception was shut down by the health department. And that call I just got was from the last catering service in Pine Valley, who said there's nothing available for the next few weeks.
Oh, now, Mom.
So you see, my wedding is ruined.
No.
Poor Stuart's gonna be so disappointed.
Well, we will think of something. We will.
Liza, there's not enough time.
Marian, what kind of wedding was it supposed to be?
Oh, what does it matter, Adam? It's over anyway.
But humor me. What kind of wedding did you have in mind?
Well, I wanted it to be everything that Stuart is. Beautiful and colorful and gentle and exciting. And I wanted music and candles, and I even thought about a trumpet, sounding a call to the heavens, but the leading trumpet player in Pine Valley Symphony came down with mononucleosis.
Okay, all right. No. Just tell us about the wedding. Relax, Mom.
Oh, Liza, I want it to be fresh and unique, just like my darling Stuart is. I want it to feel like the night I felt when he proposed to me and I went flying off the swing. I want it to feel like right before I gave birth to you, all brand new and fresh, like anything was possible. But most of all, I want it to be a celebration of love. The till death do us part kind of love that only comes along once in a lifetime if you're lucky.
And you'll have it. I'll give it to you.
You'll give what to me?
The wedding. The wedding of your dreams.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I am trying to make your life easier.
By telling me that I don't have to marry you?
Nobody wants a constant weight around their neck.
I want you and my son in my life, Hayley. And you can make that happen.
I understand that. I understand where you're coming from, and I love you. Don't think I don't. I love you with all my heart. But somewhere along the line, I lost something. I lost a piece of myself. Not a little piece, a big piece. The piece that says I have to stand up for what I believe in. And I believe in Ryan. And I will not betray him.
Hayley, please.
No, Mateo, please.
Listen.
Don't ask this of me, too. Everything you've asked of me. To accept Max and Raquel. Please don't ask this of me, too. Please. Because you will only be sorely disappointed if you do.
Well, are we ready to start talking?
Sorry, boys, you're gonna have to find your pigeon on another stool.
Then you leave me no choice than to tell the judge that you refuse to cooperate.
Go for it.
Guard.
So, what'd you think? Ooh, I still have the touch.
Thank you.
Tonight, we honor Liza Colby and her sizzling performance as the Mega Mogul's mistress.
Banality soars to new heights.
Oh, I think my performance left Tad wide-eyed and slack-jawed.
Well, it left Brooke bored spitless.
Impressions can be deceiving, Adam.
Your flouncing down the steps in my robe was a tactical disaster.
It's better than you flouncing down the stairs in my robe.
Come on, damn it, it's serious. You've wiped out all the progress I made with Brooke.
No, I think that I scored a coup for both of us.
How do you figure?
Well, I know that Brooke had a cool exterior, but...
Cool? She was positively glacial.
Bye-bye. It's been nice getting to know you.